On Saturday of this past weekend, Donald Trump was holding a fundraiser with some of his buddies at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. And during that time, he decided to talk about China's communist president and what a great guy he was. Specifically, Donald Trump had this to say. He's now president for life. President for life. No, he's great. And look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll give that a shot someday. Donald Trump jokingly, allegedly, according to Republicans, it was totally joking. Yeah, because, Donald Trump's wonderful sense of humor. Joked about the fact that we should give that a try. President for life here in the United States. Abolish term limits, maybe? Or maybe just appoint Donald Trump president for life. I'm thinking he wants to be president for life. And here's the thing. This is actually what a lot of people predicted could happen when Donald Trump won the election. They said, oh, I'm confident he's going to do something and appoint himself president for life. And you know what? It's not going to happen. We have a constitutional amendment that establishes presidential term limits. Donald Trump cannot appoint himself president for life. I think even some of the most hardcore conservatives in the House and Senate would view that as an impeachable offense if Donald Trump attempted to go that way. But he is the kind of guy that I don't think is joking about this. Now, I don't want to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, because again, there's no way in hell he would ever be able to do this. But if he was joking, he was only half kidding to kind of gauge the responses of those people in the room. Donald Trump 100% would love to be appointed president for life. And this is a very scary statement to have to make, not just because Donald Trump wants to be a dictator, and this is one of the reasons we know he wasn't fully kidding. It's because Donald Trump has always spoken admirably about dictators or presidents for life across the globe. Duterte. Now we got the president of China. And several others that Donald Trump, he just likes their ways. Oh, you're just killing people with drug offenses? Maybe we should try that here. That's something he has suggested. And now he's suggesting we do away with presidential term limits and have somebody be president for life. Later on in this little fundraiser they had at Mar-a-Lago, Rudy Giuliani was there for some reason. And he had the gall to go up there in his little speech and talk about being there for Trump's wedding. And Hillary Clinton was there too, and she actually managed to fit through the door. So Rudy Giuliani, after Donald Trump's president for life statement, decided to make a fat joke about Hillary Clinton, who's really not in that bad of shape to begin with, so I have no idea where in the hell that came from. Not to mention the fact that if you've seen guys like Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump, they're in no position to ever criticize the way any other human being looks or feels or acts or walks or what they weigh. But that's what you get from these people. They're not serious about governing. They admire dictators. They make fun of people's weight, even when they don't have a weight problem. They're horrible human beings, really, is what happened. That's what happened at Mar-a-Lago this past weekend. It was a gathering of assholes. More assholes than you could fit into one single room, but somehow they managed it there at Mar-a-Lago. I hope they had somebody come in with the disinfectant afterwards and scrub that room down, because I have to imagine it was pretty slimy after all those disgusting human beings were crowded in there at this speech. But back to the original point. Donald Trump wants to be president for life. I do not believe that he is joking about this. I believe he said it to gauge the responses of everybody in that room. And based on what we know, this was a closed-door meeting. This was all leaked to the press. The people in that room didn't seem to have too much of a problem with it. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see here on Ring of Fire, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. You can see the little subscribe button down there, but if you're watching it on another device where you can't see it, go to youtube.com/TheRingOfFire, hit subscribe, be notified every time we get a new video.